For hundreds of years, we've been the most hated. But within that hatred comes the hypocrisy of loving our culture. You've made trillions off of our motherfucking culture. You know that. You've made money off our culture. Let's be real.
100%.
You made money off our culture. White musicians, all of them have made money off of black culture. All of rock, all of jazz, motherfuckers, all the shit we created from the oppression. The oppression and the abuse and the rape and the putting down of us. We create blues, jazz, rock and roll, reggae, ska. We invent all of that shit. And to top it off, we invent all the shit that you all use. From the video game cartridge, Henry Lawson, huh? We got the pacemaker, Otis Boynton. We have the late Dr. Bath, who created the laser eye surgery. We have Dr. Gladys, who's still alive, who's almost 80 years old, who created GPS.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and start my live, even though I don't see no more than 2 people on here. But you know, that's exactly how it is when you start speaking your truth. Okay, I cannot expect a big crowd when you start standing on your truth, but it is what it is. So most likely, I'm gonna go ahead and start my live. And what I think I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and do some pre-records, because it does not make no sense for coming on and, you know, like I said, people, don't turn out. But I try to keep my eyes focused on my message than put my focus on people. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on with my live, as you can see right here by the title, where it says that it says Congressman Sheila Jackson, Sheila Lee Jackson, which we know that she had passed, and I think her funeral was this week. Okay, so we still sending out our prayers to her family, Congresswoman Sheila Lee Jackson. Okay, and also want to go ahead and talk about reparation, because we already know when it came to Congresswoman Sheila Jackson, she was an advocate of reparation. She wanted to make sure that we, at least we tried to go ahead and get our reparation. And I saw where they had said that Kamala Harrison, she went ahead and she did the eulogy at the funeral. But I just hope that if they want to go ahead and keep her legacy alive, then we might as well go ahead and try to go ahead and promote for us to go ahead and get our reparation. Yes, I see my main girls is in the house. Country girl Queena, she says hello, happy, fabulous, Lady D and Truth Seekers. Hey, country girl, and my girl Woo is in the house. She says good afternoon, Lady D and chat. Guys, thank you for coming on, because when you start speaking and standing on your truth, you're not gonna get a big outcome, because like I said, when it comes to our people, we love our ears to be tickled. We love our ears to be tickled. And if it's something that, we're not doing that's going to entertain us and buck dance, and, we not into all that. But I was going through social media, and I saw a lot of stuff that was said that the Most High God already had put in my spirit, and I saw other conscious leaders was talking about it, and I was saying, oh my God, I know God is speaking to me, because what they are saying it's lining up with the Most High God had given to me. And I say, I need to stop holding back, and just say what thus says the Lord, because like I said, if there's two or three, God is in the midst, because we already know if one can put at least 500, two can put 10. Just imagine what 3 and 4 can put when we come together. Okay. And also I was having problems when it came to coming on live. I don't know what it is. I mean, I was just fumbling. I pushed it back for Sunday. Then I pushed it back to 2 o'clock. I just kept fumbling, trying to see what is going on. When I was coming on live, for some reason I had a problem. Once I fixed that, then the mic, I was having problems with the mic. So give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear me real good, because I was going through it. Because every time when you start speaking your truth, you're always having problems. But the thing about it is that when I start speaking, I noticed that, especially when, some of these, like I say, these cloud watchers, and these frenemies, they come in that saying they support you. They will go on other channels and say what they done heard from a small channel, wouldn't give you no credit at all, which, like I said, everything that I say, I give God the glory anyway. So it makes no difference. Thank you, country girl. She says she can hear my mic, guys. But I want to go ahead and talk about this right here, because this right here was heavy on my spirit, especially when it comes to the vice president, Kamala Harrison, which we already know that she is running for president. I see right now where they had said that Harris had earned enough votes to become Democratic nominee. So she's in right now. So she had got enough votes to come on. But what was so disturbing is that when it had the black journalists, they had some kind of convention, and it's supposed to have been Donald Trump and also Kamala Harrison. She had supposed to have been there as well, which she didn't show up. And the reason why she didn't, because she wanted to go ahead and tend to Congresswoman's funeral. But that's a story by itself, because this right here, it's not about the 99, it's about the one. And some of you guys might catch it tomorrow, which I already had talked about it, because we want to call ourselves a Christian state. Because and then I hate when keep people, especially like a Candace on, constantly calling herself a Christian, 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 Christian. That's why I don't call myself a Christian. I call myself a believer, because many, gonna come by that name. But like I said, it's time for them to start showing action. Cheek and tongue will say just about anything. Okay. So they said that she went, the reason why she couldn't come to the convention, because she wanted to go to Sheila E. Sheila E. Yes, you remember Sheila E. on Prince, right? Sheila Lee Jackson's funeral. But also there's a scripture that says, "Let the dead bury the dead," which I already had broke that down when it came to Kiki. So go ahead and check that out. But I think that she should have been there. I definitely think that she should have been there, and I think that Sheila, not Sheila, Sheila Jackson, she would have loved for her to be there as well. Okay, so again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and nine advice. Let me go ahead and read the disclaimer before I get into all that. Okay, let me see if I can see it. It says that the copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So guys, again, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And also, I'm going to start doing some pre-records and also just doing some videos instead of coming live, which I do love to come live, because, I really don't like the editing. I like to keep it uncut, coming in, because I feel that, I can be closer to you guys, when I come live, but I also need the support. So make sure you go ahead and share these videos. Make sure you get them out, hit like, keep them in the algorithm, or whatever that is, keep it in that. So I can make sure that I bring more unapologetic content. Okay. So, cause it's kind of, it's kind of gut wrenching. I'm not going to tell you no lie. When you can talk about reality shows, you get a good number, good people coming on. But when you start standing on your truth, that's when, it's like, I just don't understand, guys. Just help me out. I just don't understand when it comes to how people, it's time for us to sit there and shake off of these grave clothes and come out of her, because we out here, we sitting there, we arguing back and forth, whether when it comes to Kamala Harrison, whether she's black or she's Indian, she this, she that, but yet you're not focusing on the main purposes. The main purposes is the policies. When she get in that seat, will she be able to sit there, and do exactly what she's out there campaigning, and that's what we should be focusing, because they laughing at us. And the reason why they are laughing at us, because we fighting over something that is so minute, so minute. Is she black? Is she this? Is she that? That's irrelevant. That is very irrelevant. We got someone that is sitting in the seat of the chief of commander, the highest position in the United States. And we worrying about if she's black, if she that, is she that. And the reason why, we so focused on some of the small stuff, because we still asleep. It's easy to figure this out. Like I say, we're not talking to children, we're not talking to babies. We're talking to grown people that is acting like children. You would know them, like I said, you would know them by the how can I say, you would know them by the I can't even think, guys. I got a brain freeze. I guess I'm getting old. I guess that's what it is. But you would know them by the fruit that they bear, and whether you want to know if she's black or if she has our best interest, see who she's sleeping with, who she's laying on the side with, who she's going home with. That right there, that's your answer right there. Okay. So he that have an ear, Let them hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. So before I continue with my message, guys, let me go ahead and play um, my 30-second countdown, and then we're gonna go ahead and get back into it. Okay. Okay, guys, I am back. So, getting back, it's just to show you that we are some very low vibration of people, very low vibration of people, and it's time for us to wake up. And we're gonna go ahead and talk about it because this right here, nothing is new under the sun. Nothing. I've been watching a lot of clips when it comes to Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. I've been looking at a lot of stuff, doing a lot of research, and all the stuff that we are talking about right now, they've been talking about that, and that's like 60 or 70 years, and we are still talking about the same thing. We didn't even pick up the mantle, we didn't even pick up the blueprint to see what did they do so we can make it better. So I just was asking the Most High God, just give me a word, give me a revelation, when it comes to this, and what he was given to putting in my spirit is that we got a lot of gatekeepers. We got a lot of gatekeepers, people that's promoting this, that's pushing this, and the thing about it is that they feeding it to these silly sheep. They feeding it to us because no other race out there, is not set there going through what we are going through, how we on social media and how we just divide our families. It's certain things that you cannot even talk about with your families, without getting into an argument. It's just why it's just our people. Why? That's the question that I want to know. Why? It's just our people because you don't see no other magnificent. You don't see no other ones out there is fighting with each other when it comes to this this campaign, when it comes to this election. You don't see no other doing the most but our people, because when you look at the white race, they sticking together, they unify because they know exactly what they're going to do because they got it already planned. It's already organized. It's already set in place. So you don't see no division. But when you look at when it comes to our people, it's so much division. It is so much, it's just so divided. And I've been praying, I've been asking the Most High God, to give me a revelation, give me a word when it comes to this right here. Hold on, guys, because my throat is kind of I was eating them nuts, them pistachios. Let me make sure I get it right. Okay, so I guess it's messing up with my throat. Okay. My God, this right here is a lot. So let me see if I can go ahead and wind myself down because this right here is a lot. I want to go ahead and show this to you right quick. I saw this right here on the Shed Room. What's his name? I think his name is Floyd Weatherfield. Let me go ahead and show you this right quick. See if I can pull this up. Trying to see if let me see if I can share the screen and pull this up right quick. I hope my screen don't go out because every time I go to something else, my screen it always goes out. But I want to show this to you right quick. I know I probably don't. Yeah, I wanted to show you this. Let me see if it's going to pull up. Yeah, I wanted to show you right here. This right here is what's his name? I think his name is Floyd Mayweather, where he dropped some money to get this Hamas bag, and I'm probably not be pronouncing it right, but it doesn't matter because these people make stuff like this for our people. They can put poop on a diamond and gold, and I promise you, we're gonna go out there and buy that. I know it's tough, but it's tight, but it's right. But now they making these Hamas bags for men, and I guess they most likely probably gave him a huge discount so he could promote it, and just for us silly sheeps to sponge off it so you can see more men is walking with these Hermes bags. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it or not because my screen had went out, but I wanted to show you that right quick. So let me go ahead and get out of it because I see that my screen went out. But it is so sad when they make things with us in mind. They make a lot of stuff that you see with us in mind because they know that when it comes to our people, we are the biggest consumers. We are the biggest consumers. Like I say, we spend like 2 point some $1 trillion a year on foolish stuff. Some of the stuff that we can't even show for, So it's time for us to do a little better. And it's not everybody. They only going to show these type of people, especially when it comes to entertainers and these celebrities. They going to show them. They going to make sure that they are being seen when it comes to social media because they want us to sponge off of this. So it's not all our people that's doing this, okay? The ones that, really doing stuff, being good stewards out there buying land and schools and doing good. That those type of people, they're not going to be on social media. They're not going to put that type of news on social media. They're not going to run with it. But when they see, like our silly sheeps, sitting there taking money and spending on all this foolish stuff, not knowing that 20 years down the line, most likely they're going to be looking for that money. They're going to be looking for that money, going to be broke. But like I said, the system is not messed up. The system is designed to do exactly what the system is designed to do. So let me go ahead and load the music down a little bit, guys, and I want to play this right quick. Hold on, let me load the music down. And again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and non-biased. And like I said, I am not changing nothing over here. So if you don't like the way that I do my commentary, you just go ahead and exit because I don't follow the crowd. Never did and never will. Okay. Even though you guys get upset when I say that we all are part of a tribe. Yes, we are part of a tribe. It's just that some of us have waken up, and the dangerous ones are the ones that are brainwashed. Okay, because we are a tribe, and that's why they uses us because they know, when they call on the main Uncle Tom or whoever you want to call him, the gatekeeper. If we don't fall in line, then it's just going to be all types of confusion, which that's what you see right now. Okay, so let me go ahead and play this right here.
Getting the lamb chopped in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that
A friend, I think, are two different things. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf.
I wanted to share this with you guys. This right here, it's like 60 years ago, and it might be longer or it might be shorter. But as you can see right here, this is Malcolm X, and he's talking about the same stuff that we are talking about right now. 60 years ago, guys. 60 years ago. And we still talking about the same thing over and over. But the sad thing about it is that they're using this fear tactic. If you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. Well, we've been doing everything that you guys told us to do, going on like 60 something years ago, still talking about it. And you still putting this fear tactic, still sitting there telling us this doom and gloom stuff. If we don't do this, this is what's going to happen. And I try to put it in some clips using some AI videos because, sometimes, we got to try to do stuff, like I say, the foolish things of this world to conform the wise, to get our people to watch, because our people, we likes to be entertained, or we more into, imagery, something that, we got to see. But I try to put the messages, guys. Make sure you go ahead and watch these little small shorts that I make. I try to put the message in that, because I asked the question, which is more dangerous? Which is more dangerous? The raven wolf or the wolf in sheep clothing? Which is more dangerous? I've been hearing a lot of people always sitting there saying, well, I'd rather choose the lesser of the evil one, or however they want to go ahead and put it. But if you choose the lesser of the evil, evil is evil. It's no way around that. Evil is evil. So you're saying that I'd rather go ahead and choose the lesser one, but evil is evil. I'd rather know that you are a raven wolf, which I got a story. I might just read it. It all depends how I feel. Trying to get my voice together. I'd rather know that you're a raven wolf than a wolf in sheep clothing, because the wolf in sheep clothing, guys, is more dangerous. More dangerous. Miss Wu says that the sad part is for families broken down because of drugs, twerking, parties, everything but moral values and education. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, because the wolf in the sheep clothes, they do not care about how the silly sheep goes astray. That's why they can get these entertainers on the platform and twerk and dance and do all this detestable stuff, and get all these rappers instead of getting people that's more knowledgeable when it comes to politics and our economic system. They're not going to touch those type of people that is more in tune when it comes to politics. But they're going to go out there and they're going to get these silly sheep just because they have a large follower. And, they're going to get those type of people. And knowing that most of these younger generation, they don't give a what. This younger generation does not give a what. Not knowing that it's going to affect their children's children. But in the meantime, they don't see anything. They all about just having fun. We was children once. And that's what the enemy does. That's what the devil does. The devil is going after the babies, because he know when he get the babies, he can bend them. He can bend them. He can break them. He can mold them to whatever he wants to, he wants to mold them to. But he's not going to mess with the people that is in tune. Hi, Mildred. Morris says, Eva corrupt Eva. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and play a little bit, guys, a little bit more. And like I said, can't get mad with the messenger. You cannot get mad with the messenger, because enough is enough. And we can't keep using this doom and gloom scare tactics. If you don't do this, then this is what's going to happen. Well, what about 60 years ago when Malcolm X was talking about the same, our great leaders was talking about the same stuff that we are still talking about today? How long you going to be hoodwinked and bamboozled? Like I said there and say, everybody can get things passed except us. Oh, and they already say what they are not going to do for us. They said it came out. Oh, I'm not going to just do just for the blacks, but you can do for the LGBT. And this is not being racist, the Asians. I'm just saying, how long we've been fighting for equal rights, how long we've been fighting, but we still got to be thrown into the back, still got to be thrown in the back. But yet when you need people to stand with you, who do you go to? Who do you go to? And that's why I made that little short clip yesterday. How you seen nothing but our people out there dancing and twerking and making sure that they get whoever they want on to be the next president. You're going to see all of us during election time. You won't even see them in our community, in our churches. When it comes to election time. But once you get them there, you won't see not one, maybe two tokens. All the rest of them going to be the ones that never even bust a sweat, never put they boots on the ground, but they going to reap the harvest. I promise you, it's going to be lily white. At that White House, it's going to be lily white. The same ones that you see promoting out there, jerking and turking and buck dancing and cooking fried chicken. And yes, I'm talking like this. Y'all got mad when Nettie, whatever her name is, what's her name? Miss Netta talked about this right here. Our people do the most. Our people do the most. So go ahead and cancel whoever you want to cancel. You just cancel the truth because your ears love being tickled. But I'm not going to keep holding back like this. Because like I said there and said, I've been sold out long time ago for righteousness' sake. And I'm going to stand on my truth. But it's time for us to shake off of these grave clothes and come out of her. As Brian said, AKA Grandma Moochie, good afternoon. Okay, she changed. Okay, Grandma Moochie. She said, good afternoon, listening in. Today, I'm grandmother on duty. Okay. Yes, indeed. Grandma Moochie. Yes, she said she done changed her name to S. Byron. Yes. So like I say, guys, this is real talk. You know, this is real talk. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So let's go ahead and play some more.
And therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chopped in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that...
And I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way.
And that's the sheep. That's the sheep. That is the wolf. That is the wolf in sheep clothing. They're going to befriend you. They're going to befriend you. They're going to stroke you. They're going to laugh all in your face. Because what they are doing is they are getting these silly sheeps to pour in all their hard-earned money into the system. I just didn't understand it. I just didn't understand it. And you guys sitting there, you sitting there trying to be bullies and trying to call people out. If we don't do this, then this is going to happen. I didn't understand how less than 2 hours we raised almost $2 million right there in the Black community, which, you know, they would say some stuff like this because we already know this was already preordained by the power that be. So they're going to keep saying stuff like this, you know, just to get it going. All this stuff was already predestined. This stuff was already set in place. Nothing what you see is by accident, okay? It's just that we have to wake up. But I was sitting there and I was saying, we put, as they say, $2 million into this campaign. $2 million in 2 hours. So just imagine, now we're going into 2 weeks. Just imagine how much we done poured into this system in 2 weeks. Because just in a week's time, I heard it was like 80 or 100 something million in 1 week. So I was saying, if we can come together for a politician, when we already know when it comes to these politicians, cheek and tongue will say anything until they get what they want. And once they get what they want, then they'll see you, okay, maybe next 4 years, we'll see you in 4 years. But as I was saying, just like Gail Francis, how is everyone, I agree with the trade schools, talking about the trade schools. Let's go ahead and talk about the trade schools because I got 30 more minutes. So when I heard that Kamala Harrison has skipped the Black Journalists Convention because she wanted to go and do a eulogy with, hold on guys, she wanted to do a eulogy with Sheila Jackson, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson. But I said, why, when she stood on the podium over Sheila Jackson's body, why she didn't talk about picking up Sheila Jackson's legacy? Her what she wanted to pull up. She wanted to get us reparation. Why she didn't pick up that torch? Why she didn't pick up that mantle? Why? 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 Come on, guys, talk to me. Because I was saying, if we can pick up that much money in less than a few hours, maybe, if you don't want to give us our reparation, then match the money that we pick up so we can pour it back into our community, because our community is suffering. But we are the first ones in line, or the first one laying down and letting them ride off of our backs. Remember, the blacks always have my back. The blacks always have my back. But what if we would take the money that we pouring into these politicians, and we would come together and raise $2 million in 2 hours, and the government said that and match it each time we put money into our own community, and they match it and start getting trade schools, then we won't see our children coming out of school, dropping out of schools, going into the prison pipelines. We won't see our young children coming out of school and living homeless in their cars. Because what this system is set up for is to keep us working a 9 to 5. And like I say, nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. But if I don't own it, I don't want it. Because if you working 9 to 5, and about time you make it to 60 years old retirement, sometimes people don't have nothing to show for. Because we live like the Joneses, and inside living like the Walters. We living from paycheck to paycheck, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I know someone got this. Someone understand exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't know why I can't come live, because for some reason it was like I I couldn't use my my camera. It was going on to some Snapchat, and I was trying to get off of Snapchat. For some reason, it's not letting me get off of Snapchat. You know, is not letting my camera click on. I don't know why. It's going to Snapchat. I don't know why. So I can't camera up. That's the problem that I was having. But that's all right. But what if, guys, instead of you giving us our reparation, which that's what Sheila Jackson, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson wanted us to have our reparation, you got a problem with that. Why not at least matching what we put in? If we put in $2 million, then the government should write us a check for $2 million. If we raise $80 million in 1 week, then the government should give us $80 million in 1 week, and so on and so on. Then we can be able to take care of our community. You won't see so many homeless. You won't see so many children dropouts or going to college and having a huge debt, a loan that they cannot even pay. Some of us not college material. That does not mean that they are dumb. What about having trade schools in our communities? Where if you wants to be a cosmetologist, it's all set up. The money is already set up. If you want to be a welder or an electrician, a carpenter, whatever your desires, we should have more trade schools in the Black community than we got these liquor stores. And now they got these drugs, or what you call these marijuana dispensaries on every corner. We got all these private prisons just being built. What if we stop that coming into our community and start building trade schools? What if? What if? What if we stop putting all this unnecessary stuff in our community and start building trade schools? Because I don't want to hear no more excuses. I don't want to hear no more excuses that we don't have any money. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear no more excuses that we don't have money in our community, because if we can raise $2 million less than 2 hours for a politician, just imagine what we can raise when we come together and pour into our own community. I'm just talking, guys. He that have an ear, let him hear. He that have an ear, let him hear. See, chicken tongue would say anything. The mouth would say anything. I can say I'm going to do this. I'm going to say I could do that. But see, now they are being bold. These devils are being bold. They going to tell you to your face, I'm not going to do this. I'm not just going to help just Black people, but you help everybody else. You help people, and I'm going to say the Jays, you help them, giving them millions of dollars, pouring billions of dollars into this war and all this other stuff. And these people, whatever had happened to them, did not happen on American soil. It did not happen on American soil. But all this, what you see right now, when it comes to our people, our ancestors, what we've been through, the Jim Crow, the red line, the system. Like I say, the system is not messed up. The system is only doing what the system is designed to do. But you're saying that you cannot do something that's just for us? Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Hey, Gail. Gail say, hey, everyone, I agree with the trade schools. Ms. Wu says, cause we won't be getting it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But why? Why? And like I said, nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. Malcolm X, Ben was talking about this.
Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
You see? So their motives are the same. It's just their methods is different. Nothing new under the sun. It's still the same old tricks, the same sly foxes. Why we keep running to the sly foxes? Why? Why we keep running to these broken promises? And now we are arguing about whether she's black or whether she's Indian. Like I said there and say, and you got upset when people was calling it out. We've been was talking about that. It's just some people, they will say what you only think. But you're going to know them. Because I promise you, once you allow them to ride off of your back, you might see maybe one or two of you. He that have an ear, let him hear. Some of you guys might catch this by tomorrow. I promise you, once they get to wherever they want to get, you're not going to see no one look like you. Maybe the first week. But after that, you're not going to see it. And you don't care because all you looking for is, oh, I just need to see something that looks like me. But something like look like you can be a wolf in sheep clothing. You would know them by their actions, who they go home with, not who they sit there and pander to. Come on, guys. Some of you guys might catch this by tomorrow. Some of you guys might catch this by tomorrow. Like I said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I'm not going to sugarcoat. I promise you. I'm not going to sugarcoat. And I know the enemy was trying its best to keep me from coming on to tell the truth because I couldn't even get my camera up. I couldn't even use my camera. For some reason, it kept blocking me out. But like I say, ain't nobody mad but the devil because when I come up, honey, I'm not coming and sit there. Like I say, yes, I want clicks. Yes, I want likes. Yes, I want people to subscribe to me. But I'm sure not going to sit there and sell my soul. Not especially not for a bunch of strangers. Are you crazy? You can have that. Because I'm going to stand on my truth. Let me play this right here.
Going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal, dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox. And a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to. But the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling. There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them.
What is your real name?
Malcolm X.
Is that your legal name?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my legal name.
Have you been to court to establish this?
I didn't have to go to court to be called Murphy or Jones or Smith. Excuse me for answering you this way.
That's all right.
If a Chinese person were to say his name was Patrick Murphy, you would look at him like he's insane because Murphy is an Irish name, a European name, or the name that has a Caucasian or white background. And a yellow person, Chinese is a yellow man and he has nothing to do or no connection whatsoever with the name Murphy. And if it doesn't look proper for a person who is yellow or Chinese to be walking around named Murphy or Jones or Johnson or Bunch or Powell, I think it would be just as improper for a black person or the so-called Negro in this country, as we're taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to walk around. The same slave master who owned us put his last name on us to denote that we were his property.
So let's go ahead and talk about this. We're still talking about the same stuff. Like I say, nothing is new under the sun. That's what I want you guys to see. So what makes you think now this is the time? What makes you think that now this is the time? Tell me. We running after the wolf, the raven wolf, and we running after the wolf in sheep clothing, and none of it mean us no good. If it didn't mean us no good back then, what makes you think it's going to mean us good right now? And you kept saying, well, what is the solution? We got the solution. Start doing for yourselves. Start pouring into your own community. Just like you can pour $2 million less than 2 hours into a politician that already came out and said, look, I'm not going to just do for you. What if you say, okay, let's start sitting there doing for ourselves. Let's pull up our bootstraps. They sat there and said, in order to become whatever you want to become in America, all you have to do is pull up your bootstraps. Even though when we pull them up, they take the shoelaces from us. But what if we start doing for our own community? I promise you, most likely they're going to be peeping and being nosy, but still of all, we educated. We got our own money. Some people, we just got to let them watch from a distance. Let me say it again. Some people only can watch from a distance because they got that takeover spirit. Every time they come in, they cause havoc. But until we sit there and start thinking like them, let's do for ourselves. Let's start building up our own community. We could do it. Well, we don't sit there and build back the Black Wall Street even better. Didn't the Most High God say, greater works that we shall do in his name? We can build it back even greater. That's why I showed this silly sheep, Floyd Mayweather, buying a Hamas, and you can help me pronounce it, because like I say, I'm not into all the designer stuff, because I know about designer stuff. Half of the designer stuff already sat there, and I did a video on that. I did research on that. Most of all those designs come straight out of Africa. Those prints, Versace, and all these different Fendi's, all these different designs, these symbols. Start doing your own research. Stop taking these people for their word. We walk in with designs with these high price tags, not knowing that they got the prints out of Africa. Yes, Fendi, Versace, Louis Vuitton. They got all those and then say, oh, we just borrowing it. How are you borrowing stuff that does not belong to you? How are you borrowing? And these people still living in mud houses, and you are living in sky-rising apartments. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And we got these silly people still talking. If we don't do this, if we don't do that, then we going back in slavery. We're already in slavery. We already in what I call the state of Lodabar. I can't get no lower than this. Now what they doing right now, they know their time is almost up. Yes, their time is almost up, but you would never know. Go and Google 2045. Even the president of the United States came out and said the minority of white people are dying out, and saying that sooner or later they're going to be the minority and other races going to be the majority, which it been. It's just that now people are waking up. At one time, you would see dark-skinned people, or if they can pass as if white, they will check the white box. Oh, I'm white. I'm white. I'm Indian. I'm white. I'm Asian. I'm white. like a Kamala Harrison. But now some of them, if it's going to benefit them, they gonna sit there and they gonna say, oh no, I'm this now. I'm that. I'm black now. And then what we do, we open the door and just accept them, take their word, and they come in like kinkerworms, palmer worms, locusts, caterpillars, suck you up dry. See you for 4 more years. I'll see you back 4 more years. I'll be back. Okay, we'll welcome you back. You go home, no food on your table, kids crying, bills piled up, in debt. Come on, guys, wake up and come out of her. How long are you going to allow these people to take what's rightfully yours? How long are you going to sell your birthrights for a bowl of beans? Make it make sense. We've been doing that since the beginning. We are the chosen ones. Without us, nothing exists. They would tell you that you are small in numbers, just like they tell us Africa. Africa, just a little small continent. Africa, believe it or not, can fit the United States and other countries right inside of Africa. Don't let that little small map fool you. Just like don't let them fool us that we just a small number. No, we don't die, we multiply. But that's what they want you to think. And the sad thing about it is that you're not going to research to verify to see if it's true, because you take their words as face value. You take their words as face value. And that's why they can continue pimping. That's what they are doing, pimping and prostituting the black community. But we got all these other jokers that sweat and blood was not on American soil, but they are the ones that's reaping the harvest. And that's just exactly how it's going to be until we sit there and we wake up and come out of it and say enough is enough and start doing for ourselves. We had plenty of time to start raising up our own people. We are very smart, very educated. Everything that you see, it's our blueprint. Yes. Mathematics, everything. We are very smart, intelligent people. We're not dumb people. It's just that they have studied us and they have put us to sleep because we look at white supremacists as daddy. Anything that's close to white. And that's how the devil can fool us. That's how he kept fooling us as the angel of light. This is not something that I'm just making up. The devil was able to fool us by appearing to be something that is not. The angel of light. We already know when they even say Lucifer was one of the most beautiful angels until the Most High God kicked them out. They're going to appear so beautiful because we are attracted to shiny, beautiful things, not knowing inside it is like a raven wolf ready to chew you up and spit you out. So when are we going to sit there and say enough is enough? Is it this time? Okay. Is it this time? Is it this time? Are you going to see other people coming in droves, which I call them the kinkerworms, the palmer worms, the locusts, and the caterpillars? Because sometimes, you got to speak in an unknown tongue to confuse the enemy. But what if the caterpillars, the locusts, and the palmer worms come in? You let them in. All they're going to do is clean you up dry. Gentrify your community. Have you incarcerated or go in your house, your own house, and take you out. Because you're a threat to them. They've been after the seed since the beginning. But we are asleep. We don't know. that they are after you. Not knowing who you are until you sit there and realize who you are. Then they no longer could sit there and continue riding off of your back. Wake up, guys, and come out of her. Wake up, guys, and come out of her. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. JJ says and I might be pronouncing your name, Jaja, says the only thing I sort by color in my laundry. So Camilla Harrison, ethnicity is not a problem for me and a great many of others people, nor will it ever be. But to some, it is a problem. They're not worrying about policies. They're not worrying about, okay, if we can help you, can we ask for just something? Just something. Not no hope. We've been riding on hope for so long. We need to see it now. We need to see it now. Just something we can build off for. Just something we can build off. But they don't want to see us with nothing. Because they know once we rise, we will be a force to be reckoned with. And that's real talk. That is real talk. So my girl is closing me out. Country Girl Queen. She says, thank everyone for coming by. Another great live, Lady D. Everyone enjoy the rest of your even night. Be safe and bless you all. And guys, like I said, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. This is real talk. Can't get no real than this. But everything that you see right now, nothing is new under the sun. And that's real talk. So just like my girl, Country Girl says, just be safe, guys. You all enjoy the rest of your day. Tyler Collins says, I'm definitely for reparation. I was collaborating with folks that work in politics. Absolutely. 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 And they sit there and say, well, you wasn't a slave. Well, you wouldn't be having what you having today. That's what you need to tell them. If it wasn't for our ancestors, you reaping the harvest. You reaping the harvest. So if you want to tell us we wasn't slave, we've been slaves since we landed here. And we didn't even, some of us didn't land here. That's another story that we got to do our research. Some of us been here. We've been here through the four corners of the earth. Everything that you see, we built. We was already here. We wasn't here in the beginning when slavery. We was here billions of years. We are Alpha and Omega. We are the beginning and the end. Without us, nothing exists. But some of you guys don't want to hear that, and that's real talk. So, guys, you all be great. You all take care. I'm going to rest my voice. All right, guys, be blessed.